Hello everyone, and welcome to The Lost Mine, a customized D&D campaign played on Roll20. Our heroes have found their way to the Lost Mine, which they are currently battling their way through to get to the dreaded Black Spider, the evil force behind every single terrible thing that has befell them thus far. They've battled fiery flaming skulls of the Nine Hells, perhaps, and dreadful forces throughout, and currently are running away from a pack of ghouls led to them by the unwittingly unlucky Kit Tor. My friends, I would like you to roll initiative as battle once again, as always, continues. Here we go.
Not again.
Context, I was running away from something else.
Many things. Running away from many things. All right.
Someone pull the boss in.
Yeah, you guys haven't kited in everything yet, but it is still possible. For the turn order we have right now, we have Rack on 21, the ghouls coming quickly on 16, Loris on 13, Ark on 12, and Kit on 9. Rack, you are the first to act, alert as you are immediately upon the destruction of the flaming skulls around you. Kit has warned you that there are more hostiles incoming from the southern direction.
I've not yet seen any trace of them, though.
You have not seen any, no. You can hear them nattering.
I'm going to move forward a little bit.
And so you do.
Oh, I still can't see anything, so I'm going to step back again.
See a little bit of blooded remains ahead, but no hostiles yet.
I think for the moment I'm just going to hold a firebolt for when I see one of the monsters come around the corner.
Okay, and that'll be your reaction when it comes to it. They are going to dash. You will see one of them come as they...
Is my summon able to hold actions, or is it not? Because it goes straight after me, doesn't it?
I'm going to say no at this point, because I don't think it has that sort of intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got -3 intelligence. No, it's not smart enough to, unfortunately, do that, I'm afraid. However,
that's fair. The
ghouls will make their way. They dash to this location, so you will get a chance to fire off your action. Reactions happen immediately upon the trigger afterwards. Right, the firebolt comes in, and a 21 is definitely a hit as you send your firebolt down to the nearest ghoul for 9 points of fire damage. It hits it as they start to move up. That's yourself and them, and then it goes to Loris.
I'm on 3 HP, everyone, just for context.
Hey.
I'm just gonna hang back here and firebolt this ghoul.
Alright, you do so. You'd be better served to move slightly to the right. I'll just include that in it so that you don't fire over the head of Rack. But nevertheless, that is a hit.
I'll do that.
22 is certainly a hit on a ghoul, as they're on pretty much
I didn't
full...
update the damage. 16 total.
Alright, 16 is enough to shoot one down and send it up in flames as they make their dash towards you. They're still a fair way away. They're not the most cunning of opponents, more the most hungry of opponents, you might say. Anything else you want to do?
That's cool. I'm moving back here. I'll just wait here because I'm pretty sure Ark is gonna start soaking up damage soon.
Speak of the devil, Ark, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I think I'll have to provide some sort of cover for everyone who's looking a little bit.
Alright, you engage your blood-soaking program.
And then I will take a pot shot, I guess, the one...
Okay, you have 2 shots you can use with your arm cannon. Also, as a note, I have updated the magic items in the journal. 15, so your current magic items you have will be there. They require attunement, however, for whichever ones you're using. 15 is a hit on the armor class of the ghoul. You shoot them by as they're heading. It ricochets off them. It's a sizable hit, but it blows off a chunk and they keep going. You do have another shot if you'd like to use it.
And then I'll take it.
Another shot at the same target. A 9, however, this time it was wise the attack after previously being hit and is somewhat able to dodge it. I say dodge it, it's more running and fortuitously avoids the attack from its trajectory. Anything else you'd like to do?
I shot through the hole. No, I'll just stay here and hopefully they'll come for me and not.
That's a good way of looking at it. So accurate, you shot the exact same location, but there was a hole for the impact of the previous strike. Kit, it comes round to yourself.
Split my previous bullet in half.
Okay, I am going to run up here, shoot one of the ghouls.
Alright, you may do so.
Alrighty, definitely not a sneak attack, so chop out.
An 18 is a hit. 9 piercing damage. You hit it, the arrow sticks into it, and it continues to travel. Not the arrow, the
bonus
creature.
action. Yeah. And then bonus action dash to get back to where I was.
And you do so from your place next to that equipment. Rack, you would be next.
Since they're still at quite a range, I'll firebolt another one.
Alright, go for it. You're going to go for the one that Kit struck, or in fresh target?
May as well go the one with the arrow sticking out of it.
Okay. You may make your attack roll. 16 is a hit. They are not armored in the slightest, so to speak. It's a sizable strike, and they do start to catch a flame, but they have just enough left to keep their travel. Anything else you'd like to do? Your shadow spirit goes directly after you. With the -3 intellect, they're not quite smart enough to hold an action because it's -3 intellect.
Do the hide action.
Okay, it can do that and hide.
Would it get the spell level as its proficiency like it does with everything else, or just the base stat?
Unless it says otherwise, it would be the base stat. It can't hide where it's standing because it's observed, so it would have to move back.
I'll move it back then.
Yeah, and for the most part, it is dim lighting around this place, so it can hide there because it's not viewed by the enemy. I mean, it's attempting to hide. It is shadow trying to hide in shadows, but you get the impression it's not really doing it to the same ability as Kit would do. After which it would be the ghouls, which are going to continue their move forward. And they are still out range, so they're just all going to dash right up into, I would say the grill, but I guess maybe Ark might have a grill attached in some sense. So towards Ark. And yeah, they're going to all move up, so between yourself and him, they're pretty much all going to funnel in there. And then there will be a couple more stragglers behind that couldn't quite make their way up the steps, jumping over the body of the previous ghoul as they do, and then it would be Loris.
Okay, mechanics question. If I were to do the horrendously inadvisable thing and step up right here and use Dragon Breath, would my cone just eat up the entire hallway, or would part of it just be wasted?
So mechanically wise, it wouldn't bounce off the walls if you get my drift. It would just work as a template does. But if whatever it hits, it will hit.
Yeah, change of plans because I don't want to blow through too many spell slots. I'm going to Green Flame Blade, and if it takes these two down, I'll step back.
Okay, Green Flame Blade. The one in behind you actually is heavily injured, but that would not affect the Green Flame Blade. Wouldn't jump across.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, watch out, there is one behind you.
I think he knows. I think he's just
that distraction from Ark and his advice did, however, cause you to lose your balance as you turn around as you're swinging. What? And you unfortunately do miss your target.
Okay, luckily that's a cantrip, so in the interest of not dying, because I imagine we're going to take at least something of a rest. Do I want to let him off?
Gotta be careful for taking an eternal rest, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Rest in peace, as the Undertaker would say.
Apropos, because he just retired for real this time, I'm gonna Misty Step back here.
Alright. You bonus action, Misty Step yourself away, which is fine because you did cast a cantrip. So you make your way out of the attack as you pretty much, in a similar fashion to the shadow effect, except it's more of a sort of puff of purple smoke, and you appear behind in the mist Other than that, it would be Ark.
Let's see what we can do about these goddamn ghouls.
You've had it with these damn ghouls in this damn Wave Echo cave.
I can't do anything. Nothing with these ghouls.
Pretty much you take your weapon back and bang, it sticks into the ground behind you and you're stuck in your place. I've been ending turns on natural ones, I'm afraid, so that's going to be the end of your turn. Kit, you're up. You can
rip
see...
everybody else. Sorry.
This is what happens when you get stuck in your badass line subroutines. Anyway,
Yeah.
I am going to run up behind to this guy and stab him with the magic sword.
Alright, he is heavily injured as it is. That is enough to hit the target. You can roll damage if you would like to. However, they are on 1 hit point before any damage, letting a sneak attack damage. So I'm going to go ahead and put an X on that.
Okay, bonus action dash to run back behind here.
Alright, you make your way away. After yourself, it would be Rack.
Right, I'm gonna move up. And then do a green flame blade on the one in front of me.
EFB bros.
I want to call it Shadow Flame Blade. There we go. Hits. And the damage comes in. First one is affected by it, but not tremendously. The flame, or should I say shadow, leaps to the other one, thematically that is. Catches them up in it, and they still look pretty strong and very hungry. After yourself, you can use your Shadow Spirit if you would like.
Is it able to get advantage from being hidden, or are they spotting it? I'm guessing they're probably going to spot it.
I will allow it because they have pretty much been focusing on yourselves up front, and they did not make perception checks to see it, and it was obscured at the time, and it is shadow. But of course it will lose the hide as soon as it attacks, but it will get advantage on that first attack. As the Shadow Spirit comes in to make its attack, and it will need that advantage, and that advantage has paid off. That is a hit. The shadows itself come to strike, and that is enough damage for the shadows to claim that near ghoul as it takes it down and away to the darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Since I picked the fear emotion, while it's in dim light or darkness, it can take the hide action as a bonus action.
It can't do it right now because it's being observed.
It can move away though, because it's only used up 10 foot of movement.
Yeah, as long as it's not in a line of sight, then it can do it. Unfortunately, where it is, it can still be seen the corner of it. So it will not be able to hide. When they were further back in the tunnel, they couldn't see that far ahead, but up front they can. But it did get away, in and out, and it did a strike, so there's that. If that's everything, it would be the ghouls.
Yeah, so
As they start to file in over the dead. They pretty much have to funnel in as it is, because only 2 of them can make it past. The rest of them are not in the equation, so the front 2 targets are going to take 2 strikes, and they're going to be a claw apiece. So for Ark, you're going to get a bite. And for Rack, you're gonna get a claw. So Ark, you're gonna take a bite. It's just gonna try and bite your shiny metal butt. And then
It fails.
for Rack, you're gonna take the claw, which will be a 19.
yeah, that's a hit.
All right, that is going to be a 9 points of slashing damage, and other than an elf or undead, must succeed on a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, so you will not be paralyzed for 1 minute. Which is very
That was
good.
actually going to be my concentration save, but yeah, I'll make that now.
Oh, okay. Concentration check, yeah, to keep your spell going. Alright, it's only DC 10, you're good. Yeah, being paralyzed for a minute would not be good.
No.
Loris, you're up.
Okay, now there's a bunch of people in there. Luckily, I have something that I can do that doesn't require... But I hate waste... It feels like a waste of spell slots. I know there's still a boss in this damn place. Laura still knows there's a boss in this damn place.
Yeah, you have been told about the identity of a black spider, let alone the fact that you know the glass staff is probably here as well. Retreated to this place.
Yeah, I'm going to... They'd have cover if I firebolted, wouldn't they?
They would, yes.
It's still better than wasting one of my only 2 spell slots remaining. I was not economical with my spell slots last session.
Alright, you fire over the heads. It's a 20, so that completely negates any effect of a cover with that high a roll on the firebolt. The nearest target takes 11 points of fire damage, and they are badly burnt, but still enough left in them to keep going. Anything else you'd
That'll
like to
be
do?
me. I'm reasonably comfortable back here.
Alright, let's see if Ark can recover from their natural 1 from previously.
Don't jinx.
I don't need to jinx it, you do pretty bad rolls a lot of the time. That is a
I
hit.
know, statistically, it's incredible.
That is a hit, however. So you may do your damage for that strike, 11 points of slashing damage, and you have another strike as well if you would like to use it at your level of level 5.
I was hoping that would be enough to kill it. Oh.
Unfortunately, not quite enough to cut them down. But the second strike almost certainly will, and that comes in with 25 to hit. And 10 points of damage is enough to cut them down where they stand. Dropping down eagerly, another ghoul almost clambers past them to get to you.
In the interest of, I think, just trying to expedite this, I will use an action surge and see if I can take another one of them down.
Alright, you take the action surge.
Ah!
Never mind.
Oh, there you go.
What a waste. What a waste.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you see what I say about not needing to jinx you? That's going to be the end of your turn.
Statistically,
Jinx us and
incredible.
you know it.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, Kit, you're up.
Okay, so right, so okay,
You can see
I'm not-
Ark pretty much stuck in the exact same place they were stuck in earlier.
right.
They need to enter
I
a
gotta
new
go.
command line.
I guess try and shoot this guy, although I might have to be an arcane shot over the two of them.
Yeah, unfortunately you'll be firing over your allies, so they'll get +2 cover. It doesn't matter, however, you've got a 23 to hit.
I'm
And
practicing those
yeah,
trick shots.
you will get your sneak damage as well included.
Oh, right, yes.
Which it will be enough dice to automatically take out this creature, but you may roll it anyway. Alright, the sneak damage comes in from the... You pretty much, boop, shoot your arrow over the top. It lands directly through the top of the head of the ghoul and out from underneath its chin, and it sticks it to the ground.
Okay, and I have for these guys, so I am going to, as a bonus action, give Rag and Arg advantage on, let's say, this guy here, and basically just wave at it. Basically, just a distract.
Look at me! Look at me! Look what I just did! It's enough to distract them because I mean, you look pretty delicious, not in a weird way, or maybe, I don't know. But
Look at me, I'm covered in blood!
I mean, it depends on whether or not you ask Minra. Anyway.
Rack, you're up.
I'm gonna go smack the one that's been waved out to me
Okay.
with a green flame blade.
So this guy here.
Yeah, the one on the left. You step forward for your green flame blade. Green flame blade is a hit on 25. And the damage comes in, you light it up. And the fire burns through to the adjacent target. Anything else you'd like to do? Other than that, it would move on to your shadow spirit.
Yeah, I think that's it for Rack himself.
Alright. The spirit comes in.
At least it would be him
It'd have-
taking hits, not Ark.
Yeah.
He's a resummonable resource. This new personal computing device is very expensive.
15 is a hit. And that is enough damage to send that one back to the Shadow Realm, Kyber. Yeah, that is completely taken out. Dispatched in with the shadows.
Yeah, that's it from me and my shadow.
It goes to the ghoul. It's got to attack you for that pun.
You've made worse.
How's that for some punish?
At least it's not using an arrow.
Oh, unlucky for some. Your shadow and you survives. Loris, you're up.
Okay. God, I'm trying to think of a worthy pun to follow up from that, because usually that's my job. I can't get in there, so I'm just going to. Yeah, I have no choice. I'm going to firebolt again and see if I don't hit someone in the back of the head.
Yep, there you go. It has +2 cover from where it is, but you guys have been rolling pretty high and continue to do so. 25 is definitely a hit.
Well, some of us have been rolling hard.
Well, some of you. 6 points of fire damage grazes the ghoul, but it's still there. Anything else you'd like to do?
Once I reset my map, I'll be happier, but that'll be my turn.
All right, Loris, proverbially and outside of the game, literally, gets their bearings. Ark, you're up.
I mean, let's swing a sword and see what happens, I guess. That's all I need to do.
All right, you step up for your attack. All right, that is a miss, I'm afraid. But you do have another attack. So 12 is a hit. On the very unarmored
these rolls.
ghoul. Unfortunately, with the continued pattern of very low rolls, that's not enough to take it out as you graze it, but you don't get
One
stuck.
of these days, one of these days, I'm gonna make a character that's not gonna have crap, and then everyone's gonna be sorry. You'll see.
The day that never comes. Kit, you're up.
I guess shoot it since everyone else is in there. So, short bow attack.
A shot comes in from Kit, and 19 is a hit. And you can roll your damage if you would like to, but it's not going to matter. With 3 dice plus any damage on your roll, it had 4 hit points, so you minimum on all dice would destroy it.
Nice.
So you do hit it, you shoot it, stick it into the wall, and that is the end of combat with the ghouls. Didn't tie anything else in this battle. Yet.
Well, I mean, technically they were brought in from the last battle.
They were indeed. So technically this was the battle from last episode.
Okay. So, once that battle's done, Kit just all the time go, Okay, I'm feeling tired. How about everyone else?
I stand up proudly, say, I feel. A big plume of smoke comes out. Yes.
Right. I was gonna say, shall we find somewhere to rest? But I'm trying to think if there's anywhere we can actually do that.
There are a couple of areas that would be defendable. The area of the Forge of Spells, for example, has a big door that required the strength of Arc to open and close. Actually, that one is less good because there is a side building to that when you're around it, you can open and close regular doors there, so perhaps where the spirit would be, which is only accessible by one of those. But on the subject of the Forge of Spells, if you did take a rest and still wanted your magic effects of that, you would have to redo them.
Yeah, the short rest is an hour, but if we wanted to take a long rest, out of character information, I have 2 spell slots left. But I believe Ark, for the first time in his life, got really, really lucky and got 10 hours on his enchantment. So, in character, I'll say to the party, well, if nothing else, do we want to see if anything's likely to come charging out of the shadows at us if we leave this room unchecked?
You know, 2 apparent Dark Elves knew you were here just moments ago.
Yeah. It's either good. As tired as we are, but with those guys still about taunting us, I'm not sure if it's a good idea to spend an entire night here. Maybe just somewhere for a quick kit, maybe, but not an entire night's worth, I think.
The most defendable place you have seen would be behind those big doors.
That
you've seen.
I'll say, Normally I would agree with that, but I believe I'm about tapped as far as my spells go. I'll go along with everyone else, though. I just want to get my bearings.
Okay, how about this? We stay with that spirit that's led for at least an hour, and then we can decide from there where the heck we go, because I have a feeling just standing here, they're probably going to send more to us anyway, so it's probably best we get on the move.
Alright, where would you like to head?
I was thinking that room where the spirit was, but if anyone has a better idea, all ears.
Yeah, there's no side building attached to that one.
There is, but it leads inside. There's no way inside from there. Like, it doesn't lead outside again like the other one does.
Okay, so...
And to be fair, there are beds in that room as well.
Okay, perfect. Let's head.
It is also scorched all around, but, you know, a wizard blew up there. Alright, you make your way over to that location. Could somebody roll me a d20?
Let's not
let me do it.
And let's not put it in Ian's hands. I'll do it.
Yeah, if you want like a 1 or a 2 or something, you know.
That's a d29.
Why? Oh, that's okay.
5.
Oh, of course, you rolled a d20. I was like, yeah, not another 17.
I'm going to learn to hate that number.
Yeah. Alright, you take a... you going for a long rest or a short rest?
That is the question.
Your spellcasters will need a long rest to regain all of their functions.
Yeah.
That is how
I can regain one. I can regain one level 2 spell slot with a short rest because Arcane Recovery is tasty, but other than that, I'd need a long rest. I don't know how loaded for bear we want to be.
Bear in mind, a long rest is a long time.
Well, we do have, you know, one boss, potentially a second.
True, but there is also the chance that they do know we're here, so it's a question.
It's a long time of they know you're here. That's the only thing.
Yes. So it would have to be, if we did do that, one of us would have to take watches and hope for the love of God they don't attack us in the middle of the night.
I'm reading Arcane Recovery. I can regain one of my 3rd level spell slots. So let's do a short rest.
Alright.
Okay.
Taking your rest, you can use any hit dice you would like to. Hit dice were used to regain some HP. Any other methods you have of regaining HP you can also use at this time. During the rest, the Shadow Spirit's duration, I believe, has come to an end. Other than that, your HP has been moderately recovered. Arcane Recovery has been used. You are very nervous. You pretty much... I'll say the doors were closed without asking for a check, because it would be really tough to make Arc fail at closing a pair of doors. They are very heavy, though, but between all of you with no combatants at the time, you're able to get them pretty much most of the way closed. It's an uneasy rest, but a rest nonetheless, effectively enough. After which, what would your move be?
I guess first a quick perception check just to see if there's like the sound of anything moving around outside. So...
Alright, I won't force you to do checks on the doors either on opening them up. You don't get locked inside of it because 2 checks and you can't try it again. Everyone fails. You can never make it out of the room. You still hear that tremendously thunderous crashing of the waves from the northern direction from where you currently are.
Can I just with the mace, is that attuned to me yet? How long does that take?
You can attune to it for a rest.
You can have 1 hour, and a short rest is an hour.
You can have 3 items attuned to you at any one time. The items that you have are in the journal. That are available to see in there.
I got the heart piercer.
Yes.
And I disposed of that shield.
Bung that in the bin where it belongs.
Yeah, the shield was not good for you.
Alrighty, and that's all onwards now down to 4 hours for me. Okay, so
I've got Hue and Dragon Guard, and that's A-okay by me.
All right.
alrighty. So on that note, the reception and Kit. Okay, so here's a fun question. The pathway to the north is the one that has that big thunderous crashing thing that keeps shaking the cave. Do we want to just go straight to that and deal with it whilst we're moderately okay? Or do we want to go deeper and hope we don't encounter anything else?
Well, I always do fear attacks from behind us. But I've never been accused of being terribly good at strategy, so...
Alrighty then. Well, the curiosity is getting into me as well. Let's see what the big buoy thing's all about, shall we?
What did curiosity do to the cat again? What's the saying? Anyway.
It's optimistic.
Alright, that would lead you northward, where you previously encountered the Spectator and completely wrecked it. Absolutely destroyed it. Very disappointing for the Spectator. From where you were, up the top there, steps do lead downward. So you guys make your way to the staircase which descends down. The sound of the crashing waves gets stronger and stronger and more thunderous the closer you get. It is intermittent.
As we approach the stairs, Kit goes, okay, do we want to do things my way or sneaky like, or shall we do things Dolores way?
I'll say historically that hasn't worked out necessarily well for us, so how about you take the lead on this one?
Okay. Stealth check as I make my way down.
You may do so.
Alrighty. Plus 10 more, don't fail me now.
Creep your way down the stairs, don't fall down the stairs. With a plus 10, that is a stealth check of 20. You've been moving at half speed, but regardless, you make it down to the booming cavern. A narrow ledge overlooks a large cavern that houses a surging, seething body of water. The rhythmic booming heard throughout the mine is louder here than ever. At regular intervals, a fresh surge of water funnels into this chamber and slams against the wall below the ledge. The echo suggests the cave might be one arm of a much larger cavern to the northeast. From the direction you're in, there are two directions. One of them is cave formed that leads ahead, and the other most likely dips down into the recess of the area you were in previously.
Okay.
Where the water would have fed.
Okay. Is there, like, any sign of activity? Like, is it possible to determine which path is the more, I guess, in use? Like, the most populated?
You could do a survival check to determine. Alright, you examine the area around you. It's definitely been edited in some time. It's hard to see any accurate travel, particularly from the directions, but it does look like some work has been done to alter the flow of the water.
Right, okay. In that case, I will briefly come back up the stairs to just sort of gesture to the guys that it's fairly safe, and then just will lead them down here.
I start to make your ways down.
I'll be rear guarding.
Okay, and it just sort of turns to the others and goes, so, higher or lower? Which way do we go?
I'll look at what's presented and say, well, by the look of things, lower just leads back to where we were. Onwards and upwards.
Alrighty. I guess sort of carefully creep round here because that's a lot of water, and Kit's not feeling 100% comfortable around.
Kit has not had a good history of water throughout the campaign thus far.
No. Or any items that claim to protect him from water. But anyway.
Well, as you move on, you see more evidence to the tampering of such as you enter an old stream bed. The passageway is barely 4 feet high and is obstructed by rounded boulders and pebbles. It might have been a stream bed, though no water flows here now. So it gets pretty rough single file as you get to ahead of yourself.
Okie doke. I guess I'll just motion that I just sort of make a motion that I'm going in slow and quietly, and then I guess we move single file all quietly through here.
You may attempt to. You start to stealth your way forward.
I'll also stealth, because why not?
Yeah, we'll follow suit.
Natural one.
Oh,
No, it's almost a
Oh,
natural 19.
That's so good. Oh man, everyone else did quite well.
read it.
Alright, for yourself, Kit, as you start to stealth your way ahead. You get up to the point where you appear to be in an area where the water would come through. It has been dug deep, so you're a little bit of a rise down from where the water is. But when you get there, you can see a dark elf man that you have seen before, who posed as yourself, it would seem, speaking to a number of bugbears directly ahead of him. Prepare yourselves. They'll be here soon. We must be on the... And as you're doing so, you can hear a thump, dump, 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 dump right behind you as Loris is stealthing his way past, but slips, landing his heavy metal armor directly onto several large rocks as they crumble and splutter and roll down in your direction. Speak of the devil. He draws his weapon.
I've never been less happy to be heavy metal in my life.
Alright, and with that, let's get that big fight feel. I'd like you to draw your initiatives, my friends.
Okay.
That was almost another natural one.
Alright, we have the initiatives. The bugbears and Kit will have to do a roll-off to see who goes higher in the initiative order. And it will be the bugbears, it would seem, as they did get the drop on you. So first on the order would actually be the Dark Elf, Valek. And then we would have Ark on 19, after the 20 of the creature. Then Loris on 16, and then the bugbears on 14. Above Kit also on 14, and then Rak on 7. With that, we enter the battle, and the creature is going to make his way out of your direct sight. And they are going to roll a dice. They're just going to roll a dexterity related roll, which is actually pretty good. And that's them. Ark, you're up.
I'll move myself up, sort of behind Kit.
As you do, making your way ahead. It's very tough going through there. It's quite compact, but you are able to make your way up there. As you do, you can see some bugbears ahead of you. You can hear more of them start gnashing their teeth, but only see one directly. You have the high ground.
See what we can.
That is enough to hit the bugbear, even with its hide armor shield. 5 points of bludgeoning damage from your arm blaster come crashing in. You have a second shot if you would like to use it as well. Double barreled. That time, however, is not a hit. Bounces off the shield when it comes up to bring its defense.
Then I guess I'll just move. And that might give someone else a decent line.
Alright. You adjust yourself, and it goes to Loris next on 16.
They'd be in cover. But I've been rolling relatively okay on Firebolt, so I'll Firebolt.
Okay, your Firebolt's coming in. They will get cover, mainly because you're shooting down and past one of your allies on the shot, but it's only a +2 cover, so you may make your attack.
17.
Right, 17 is unfortunately not enough with their armor class of 16 plus the 2 from cover. So you're too afraid to hit Kit as they come in from your trajectory. That does go wide on your target. Smashes the rubble next to them.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to recreate cat on a hot tin roof.
After that, it will go to the bugbears. This time, you do see the other two of them as they make their way into your line of sight. They move around, and they are going to have to get a bit closer than that. I suppose they could throw a disadvantage. Yeah, they'll do that. They are going to unleash javelins at disadvantage. And to be fair, the only real target is Kit, so unfortunately, Kit, you're going to take 3 javelins at disadvantage. Say 5
Already
towards
16 is what they have to get.
Okay. First attack is going to be a... Oh, it would have been a natural 20. Well, it wouldn't have been, because that was the second roll, but it is a miss. Sticks in the rock next to you. Second one comes in, and that would be a 18, double 18. Very random of you, digital dice. And then the next one comes in, and that is double 14. Okay.
Missed.
So you take 1 javelin hit. 8 points of piercing damage. It sticks into you, and there's 2 javelins directly next to your face, but not in your face. And there you see the bugbears.
How you down?
And funnily enough, after that, it is your action.
Okay, so I am going to go 1, 2, 3, and yeah, let's just shoot this guy over here.
As you get down here, you can see that this is a collapsed cavern. A wide rift fills the eastern half of this cavern, and a stream pours out of the west hall, then tumbles down into the rift and flows out again to the north. Several ropes are secured to iron stakes along the western edge of the cliff, leading down to the chasm floor. So the chasm floor itself is a way down, and it would require a check to get down if you did want to. But nevertheless, your shortbow hits from your distance.
So it just takes a moment to go, oh, wow, this is really a nice chasm. And, with that, let's see. Oh, I don't want to be blocking the guys forward back, so I am going to, just because they're up next, I am going to give Rag and Ark an advantage on the guy I just hit, and I'm going to do this by saying, hey, have I ever told you the story about the bugbears that killed their own men?
They kind of look at each other as if like, we've heard of that story. It was terrible.
Have you ever heard the tragedy of Dark Buggiest the Wise?
I mean, their eyes do scan for red brands on yourselves as you do say that. Yeah, so you have advantage on that target. Racket would be yourself. So anyone that did want to get in melee, you could jump down, but you'll be taking a 10-foot 4 damage, and then you wouldn't have to do a check. But if you did want to jump, but if you did want to get down there safely, it would be a check, which would be an action, which is potentially why the bugbears stayed down where they were.
Okay.
At least on this round. They don't have infinite javelins.
I'm going to move up.
And you make
Can
your way...
I see more javelins on them?
They only have 1 apiece. Or appeared to.
I'm going to cast web on them.
Alright, web is cast. Your web is cast. It's sticky down there. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's all I can do for the moment.
Alright. A thing happens. And then... Ark, you are up.
Yeah, I'll just move myself in front of Rack just for a minute to get a shot at the guy.
Alright, you move yourself
this guy
forward.
Here is the one you have advantage against.
That target is distracted and sticky, which is all kinds of weird. Now I say it out loud. You have another shot. That one didn't hit them, but you have advantage on that strike. The 20 does, however, hit. With the advantage of them being very distracted and now bludgeoned on top of that.
Do I get advantage on both attacks?
So the first attack is with advantage, and that uses up the help action. Anything else you want to do? Come in with the second one with a hand axe.
That was the wrong thing, but it's the same.
It's the same roll.
It's only...
Alright, you fire your bullet, it turns into a hand axe, spins towards it. Does hit. 6 bludgeoning damage from the projectile. Heavily wounded, but still going. You know that the bugbears are fairly tough from experience fighting them previously. Anything else you'd like to do?
Just want to make some room for other people to...
You reposition yourself, it would then go to Loris.
Okay. I'm gonna hang back a little because I can't reach anybody with one spell. And I'm gonna firebolt this one back here.
Okay, go for it. That is a hit.
18.
You strike that with the firebolt for 13 fire damage. Practically knocks them back down into the web, but they're still staying strong for now.
Alright. And why not? I'm just gonna back here, because I don't want to get nuked by 8 fireballs again. I'm going to be right back.
Alright,
Okay.
well, as Laura steps back and Sven steps out, we have some dexterity saves to make for these bugbears to see if they can do anything. So from the back going forward, we have a 9, and 19 is 17, so the front two did make their saves. So they will act as normally, but it's difficult terrain. So that's going to slow that guy down a little bit, and this guy down a little bit. They're going to attempt to make checks to climb, which will be strength based. So they're going to try and do that. And that is, for the first one, a 10, which was exactly the DC. That would have been embarrassing.
Oh, man.
And the other one got a 20.
on.
So they have made their way next to you on the ledge, praying that shove actions aren't a thing. Kit, you're up.
Not gonna go with the shove. I'm just gonna go with the stabbing.
Alright.
This wouldn't be sneak, right?
Yeah, there is no one next to you, unfortunately, to give you any
Yeah.
sneak.
Just. I thought that was the case. I just wanted to double check.
19 is a hit, however, as they were exhausted from their travel. 9 points of slashing damage you cut across their throat.
Okay, and then. Alright, bonus action. Just drag this guy to give, let's say, Rack and Arg advantage on this guy, and basically just say, no, really, it was terrible. It was so bloody and gory afterwards.
I know! He's very distracted. After which, Rack, it's your action.
I'll walk up and green flame that dude that has been pointed out.
Okay.
Okay.
With the advantage from the help action, as your strike comes in with the green flame blade. 16 is exactly on the nose, as they bring up their shield just to be distracted by Kit in time for the green flame blade to land. 6 points of damage to them, and a small amount will cross over to the next target, which is actually almost enough to send them crashing off the ledge, but they're just about holding on fingertips, figuratively. Other than that, they are really, really beaten up. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's everything.
Alright, at the initiative order of 20, someone seeing how this is going and making a different move, and that happens. And Ark, you're up.
Then I shall attack the guy in front of me.
Alright, go for it. "22 is a hit. How unlike you.
And a decent amount of damage too.
They were on 1 hit point after everything they just experienced, so you pretty much nudged them like in Worms, like the little point attack. You're like, boop, and they go woo,
Give him a poke.
and they fall in the drink.
Please tell me they detonate on impact.
They pause for a moment, look back at you, and say, "Oh dear," and explode immediately into a coffin. You do, however, have a second attack. You can step forward and use that
Yeah,
again.
I'll step forward and
Strike the next target.
hey, roll again.
Yeah, with Jonah's feet, both of you have advantage, so that's gonna happen.
That was completely the wrong dice.
That won't be a hit, but
It would be plus an extra 2, but that's still.
that would
not
only be
enough, I don't
14,
think.
unfortunately, not the 16 required. So that's going to be a miss on that attack. But Loris, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna get right here if you'll allow that.
That is perfectly fine.
And
Crawl in.
lightning lure.
Dwarves are pretty short regularly, so it's not that big a deal for you to get through the 4-foot space.
Yeah, lightning lure, so it can make me a strength save.
Strength save of +2.
Under by 1.
Alright, the lightning lure is successful. The old Mortal Kombat get over here. Alright, 6 points of
lightning
damage. And that is not quite enough to take them out, I'm afraid. But it does.
That's fine.
Does shock them.
A shocking experience. And he's pulled here, so he's just sandwiched in between all of us.
He's sent up towards you, between all of you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's me.
Okay, then we'll go to the bugbears. One of them's got to make a save. They were already restrained. They're going to attempt to do a strength save to get out of it. There you go. And that's going to be a natural one, so they are going to stay there regardless. And the other bugbear is just going to hit something. Or attempt to, I should say, because they have had pretty bad luck thus far. With a Morning Star, closest target is going to be the big metal man. Oh no, 21. Did I roll that twice for some reason? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I clicked it twice for no reason, and due to the random nature of Roll20, it's exactly the same number, somehow. 21, however, gives you a mighty
Random.
12 points of piercing damage, after which it would be hit.
What a terrible night to have a glitch. I'm going to move up here and stab him.
You may do so.
And I presume this will be a sneak attack if it hits.
It will be, because you have allies within 5 feet.
Okay. Short sword, stabby, stabby.
That is a hit. You do stand pretty much in a similar situation to when the Mysterio family on WWE peppered Buddy Murphy with kendo sticks. You all stand around him, having at him with your weapon, strike after strike after strike, until there is absolutely nothing left but a buried bugbear.
My mind's now thinking, don't stop me now, Stephen, sure they're dead. But anyway,
Botchamania, right? Talking about botches, I'm rolling all the wrong dice. Anyway.
My mind immediately went to the eye for an eye match, which for some reason was a thing that happened.
Well,
anyway.
I see what you did there. Nevertheless, Kit, anything else you want to do in your bonus action?
Let's see. It would have to be a check to get down safely, so I'm good for now.
Okay, Rack, you're up.
I'm going to step into the open space here and then firebolt the hobgoblin.
Alright, you do so.
Restrained, so advantage.
This bugbear has done actually nothing this entire fight.
He threw a javelin.
He did, actually. I'm going to assume that he's one that didn't hit. Likewise, that is also not a hit, I'm afraid, on the 13. If that's everything.
And I'll step back.
It would then go to initiative order 20, where Valak has long left the building, like Elvis. So I'm just going to delete them from the turn order. 19, Arc.
Oh, give him a blast with the old can.
Yeah, because they're restrained. I mean, I don't think you need it.
22 is a hit, but you could get better, and you do with 23. That is a hit, regardless. Alright, 6 damage. They're not quite down, but you're sending everything you've got at them. And that is also a hit. Again, advantage because they are restrained. I'm getting a sense of, like, on when Dragon Ball Z, where one of the characters is like, that final strike sends them to oblivion as the pellets come in fast and heavy. It produces a huge amount of smoke from the ground being torn up around it, and when it comes back, they are no longer there. And that would end us from the turn order. The dark elf is nowhere to be seen.
Can I make is there a perception or survival check I can make to try guess?
You could make a perception check to see them, or You'd have to pretty much get down there to trace any footsteps.
Okay, I'll do that. Acrobatics check, right? Or what are we doing?
It's strength based to climb the ropes.
Okay.
Only DC 10 though.
True, but I have a -1 to the modifier few.
You rappel down the rope, getting down to the ground. In the thick of it, so to speak.
Because that's my higher mod, I'll make a perception check to see if I can see or hear where you went.
Okay. There are many tracks in the area down below you. With that such a high roll, you can see that one of the ropes in this direction is still swaying as if it was recently used.
Okay. I just motioned to the guys. I think he went that way.
Most likely left up one of these staircases. Wasn't really going to do a surprise attack with all of you guys coming to bear. Or are they?
I guess straight check to climb up the other side.
You can do so.
I'll attempt to make my
Yeah,
way down.
I'll-
as well.
Yeah, start coming down.
I'll go last so someone can catch my falling heavy metal ass.
Easily make your way down again. For yourself, Ark and Urak. And then I imagine you two are waiting, or it doesn't seem that way. Loris.
Okay, barely made it.
You barely made it. It was a 20 and it rolled past. I was going to say that maybe someone was going to stay to catch Loris, but then they just left. Catch me!
All you hear behind you is,
I know no one throws a dwarf, but you can catch him, right? Lord of the Rings reference.
Okay, let's make our way up the other side.
Maybe.
Phew.
Alright, DC 10 yet again. There are several ropes to allow you to traverse as such. As you guys make your way ahead to the other side.
No one got screwed by the rope check. I'm so impressed.
Rope
Okay.
blast defeated.
Now we just have to figure out which way the elf man went. If we went this way, we would have seen it, right?
They
Good
were
idea.
Are
stealthing.
there any watery footprints where you would have maybe if you did cross?
Not obviously, no. With that very good perception check from Kit earlier, you don't see any. Most likely, they took the staircase that was out of your view, or they went backwards to where you had been. You never know, it might lead around.
Okay, well, given the rope swinging, I just sort of... how deep is this water, by the way?
It's a stream, so it's not
Okay, so
it's not
Kit
that deep.
hops over. Kit just hops over. there,
Make
goes,
an acrobatics check.
Oh god.
As you step forward. That's okay, I was just messing with you.
You nearly
I was gonna see if it was a natural one, you get carried away.
And once again, we hear behind us.
Avenge me!
Most anticlimactic character removal ever. No! Just get out of the water. No! It's like it's like 2 feet deep, Kit. Help! I'm being slowly carried away, like a paper boat in the wind.
I played a game of Paranoia once where that happened to me. Like, I died in a foot of water being carried off screen.
Back in counter, Kit did some versus the others. I got a pretty good hunch they went that way, so onwards and upwards, I guess.
I'll just nod. Axe at the ready. Diplomacy has long since left the building.
Okay, so stealth as I creep up here. I'm currently stealthing.
There's no possible way. There's no possible way I can match that stealth check, but you know, natural one.
Oh my god!
You got
Oh my goodness. I'm actually speechless. It's that bad.
Wait, let me try. Let's see if we.
Oh, it wasn't long.
Oh my goodness.
That was actually alright.
An oddly good stealth roll from the robot who's made of metal.
From the 3-ton machine man.
Okay.
Yet again, Kit.
So, let me get this straight. I'm wearing armor that doesn't disadvantage me, but the lawnmower is stealth faster, stealth better than I can.
Yet again, Kit, you feel like you're doing a fine, well-trained job. However, not so good for your cohorts. Most of them. I'll give Ark props for rolling good. It's a rarity, so you've got to give him props for it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry for next combat round because that was my one good roll. So.
Oh, I've
Okay.
given you all of them. All of my good rolls, I pass on to you.
Right. So I guess thinking that stealth's a bust. Okay.
Having cracked the staircase behind me, I'm just going to pause in place and let Kit go ahead.
Okay. I guess I creep round to here just to see if I can see any signs of the guys.
Well, from where you are, as you peek around, you can see to your right a dark pool, which fills the cavern. The water is dark, revealing little of what might lie within. The shore of the pool consists of a thin layer of broken shells from a strange pale mussels, and a fishy odor that hangs in the air when you get closer. And then that area leads on from where it is to some steps. There's a locked door to your side, and from just where you were, there was a double door to the side previously.
Okay,
So-
so there's a double door here.
Yeah, from this area there's a double door. There's a single door here. Also, there were other stairways that led to the north as well.
Okay. Right, I'm ignoring the pool. I'll just do a quick perception check to see if I can hear anything from the door.
Mother,
Oh my
I'm glad two of us are rolling really well today.
god.
You hear not so hushed voices, most likely from bugbears. Oh, Dark Elphalic, and the other one, Verif, say they come this way. Guard a door. Don't let them get past.
Right. Okay.
They sounded, you got a natural
What-
20,
what-
they sounded like they were on the far side of the room. Like, potentially, you were already past them.
Right. Okay. So I creep up to back. I creep up back to these guys and go, okay, so down there is clear. There is a lake which smells fishy. Don't want to investigate that right now. And some bugbears who are waiting for us. They don't realize we've gotten past, so I think it's probably that way.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, they're waiting at the other door.
Okay.
I'll say, still paused in place. Good to know. Let's just leave them to that.
Was there fish in the lake?
There were shells.
Well, well, that might be worth investigating. I know some people don't like elvish, but anyway, bigger things to worry about.
Bigger fish
Bigger
to fry.
fish to fry.
No time to be shellfish,
I'll
eh?
look into that one.
Fish.
Okay. One
There's
more
a-
perception check to see.
Enough
if I can
fishy
hear anyone
about
behind
this
the door.
location.
Perception check. Here we go.
Alright, perception check, so you can get another 20. That'd be impressive. It's a 20, but not natural.
Not a natural one.
From beyond the doors, you're certain you can hear the rattling of chains and a familiar voice. Let me out of here! Let me out of here, you bastards! Sounds like Minra in a usual cheery tone.
Right. I go, okay, that's the prison. Let's open the.
All right.
I'm very good. Can someone stronger than me do it?
Alright.
Let's just start.
You heave the doors open. As you do, you enter what appears to be a temple. There are 6 cracked marble pillars that line the walls of this hall, at the north end of which stands a 9-foot-tall statue of a dwarf seated on a throne, a mighty stone warhammer across his lap. Large emeralds gleam in the statue's eyes. The dust and debris cover the floor, have been swept clean to one side, and there's a campsite of sorts that spreads across the front of the statue. There are half a dozen bedrolls and packs are neatly arranged throughout the rough-built fire pit, and a wooden table stands to the west side between the 2 rooms. There's also a doorway that leads into the room for the side, where most likely where the sound is coming from. As you enter from that location, because some of you were not so stealthy, and to be fair, opening the doors was incredibly loud, as it was, a figure emerges flanked with 2 bugbears, and they calmly make their way into the room. 2 large bugbears flanking a dark elf dressed in black leather armor, not that you've seen before, different, clutching a black staff with a carved spider at the top. He frowns as he sees you. Seems that I must deal with you myself. A pity it must end this way. And that's where we're going to take a quick break, my friends. Don't go anywhere. The final battle's next. Welcome back, and the end is nigh. The black spider makes his way to the throne ahead of you. I'm impressed, but allow me to introduce my party. I know you've already met my allies, Valak and Verif. Have caused you quite a bit of trouble thus far, I believe. Nifty as they are.
Well, they've shown us bad theatre, and anyway.
I believe you've met Harmon Cost, my necromancer, from the Old Owl Well. The wizard appears from the darkness as well, grumbling. And of course, Lord Albark, or Glassstaff as he's known. The rest of the characters funnel from their location from the cells, where you still hear the screams of Minra and another voice from therein. And speaking from the dark, a cloaked, strong dark elf, wielding a staff adorned with a spider tip. I am almost amused you made it this far. I am the great and powerful Nesnar, the Black Spider, and I am the ruler here, and cannot be stopped. I offer you one last chance to join me in the new world, or die.
Well, I'm gonna have to say no, just if the new world does involve throwing innocent people into a cage. But if any of you others want to join, I'm fine with that.
He's the bad guy, right?
I would assume so. Yes.
I guess we don't join him then, right? Or
I'll say stepping forward. Black Spider. I step forward and say, "Well, I am Loris, son of Regran, and I am Glory Hammer. In other words, no."
Well, it seems you've made your choice. Picked a fine place to die. Last staff told me you were noble, but foolish is what it seems. And they prepare for battle. I would like you to roll your initiatives, my friends, for the final battle. So, the turn order is in, and the last battle begins. We had a roll-off between Kit Tor and Varlak, both on 23. Kit is first in the turn order, very alert when it comes to the battle. Then Varlak on the left of the throne is next. And then we have Glassstaff on 20. And then on 17 we have Rak. On 14 we have Ark. Loss on 12. The Black Spider on 11. Veref to the right of the throne. The other Dark Elf is on 10. Armacross the Necromancer is on 6. And then the Bugbears are on 3. As it stands, Kit, you are the first to act in the final fight.
Okay. Just because he had to make this a little bit personal, I am going to short bow this guy.
Okay. Going straight for the Dark Elf Varlek. Your short bow comes in, but it veers past one of the Bugbears and hits the wall beside them. Got under your skin, did I?
With that, the kid decides not to respond this time. It is going to use a bonus action dash to get to around here.
Oh, that's actually very fortuitous, because if that's the end of your movement, it would come to their action, and they actually start moving in that direction. They were actually going to try and run around and cut you guys off. So he ends up making it to here. They are actually going to dash, and they pretty much run straight into you. Ugh! Under my skin.
Oh, sorry, did I get under your skin that time? Do you not want me going this way?
He growls at that. Next up we have Glassstaff, who draws himself in and clutches their hands together. You can see on their wrist they have a gauntlet coming up to enclose their hand, and they're tampering with it as they slowly start to turn it. Come on, come on. Yes. Rak, you're up.
I'm going to move into the room.
And so you do. Moving into the melee.
I don't like the look of whatever he's fiddling with, so I'm going to summon my shadow behind him.
Alright, you summon your shadow. That will appear from the shadows itself. It spurs
MJF.
into existence, my shadow and me. Best segment ever from MJF and Chris Jericho. You cast that. He turns the dial as he sees you start to cast your spell. Come on! He's going to have to make an Arcana check versus your spell DC. So versus your spell DC, he is going to attempt to cast that at 19. Alright, so as your shadow spirit appears, it brings its hand back and stops. Its hand moves down. Yes, yes! Yes! The gauntlet starts to glow. It doesn't appear to be responding to your command.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I guess attempt to dismiss the spell.
You can end your concentration on it and it will fade, because it's still your spell. If you're doing so, it will vanish.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious it's not responding to me.
Yeah, it's not doing what you want.
I'll leave it for now.
Okay.
Maybe it won't do any bad things.
After which,
Maybe.
Arc, it is your action.
Alright.
The little homebrew one-use magic item I came up with.
Of course, their one-use magic items work.
I know. He had to do it. He had to do an Arcana check for it. I was so sure he was going to roll a 3.
Yeah, I'm just going to sort of make my way into the room, sort of towards Kit's direction.
Alright. You step into the room.
And then I'm going to take a shot at Glassstaff.
Alright, you make your shot towards the wizard. As you fire. 24 is definitely a hit. They cannot do anything about that. They are very happy in themselves, admiring their gauntlet as they are. You fire directly into it, cracking the gem on the front. Ah! Swine! You have another shot if you'd like to use it.
Oh, I always like to.
Alright, that is again a hit. Alright, 8 damage. And once again, you shoot towards them, and it ricochets off the device just before it would hit him. But it definitely still hit him. Ugh! I knew I should have dealt with you when I had the chance. You're scrap!
And then that'll be me.
Alright. Loris, you're up.
Okay. What do I want to do? Do I want to blow that yet? Kit's got one Dark Elf handled. I'm going to impose myself a little more into the room.
Okay, you step into the room.
And I'm going to magic missile on this necromancer who evaded me last time.
You're actually the reason I came up with that one-use magic item, actually, because it was going to reflect a spell. Your magic missile comes in towards the necromancer. They cross their arms in front of them. As a reaction, a shield appears above them, and the magic missiles all batter into it. Shield directly reduces magic missiles.
Yep, that's what I was afraid of. I wanted to blow it on someone who didn't have the magic item shenanigans.
Yeah, it would have reflected it, so it would have been really bad if it had been on Glassstaff.
You've made him burn a spell slot, look at it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I only had 3 of those myself, so that's my turn.
Alright, after yourself it goes to the black spider, who looks up above you and raises her staff in the air, at which point you peer into the sky and see that the top of the area you're in is covered in webbing, and there are several rattling cocoons above it. You fools. You've walked into your own demise. Forms start to drop therein, and from the webs, 4 giant spiders descend into the battle. After which,
Oh boy.
it would go to Verith, who is going to run forward towards Ark, and they can just about get to you with 25 feet of movement. They're going to run towards you. I already beat your little kitty on a duel. Time to beat you down too. And they're going to make 2 slam attacks to yourself. And that is going to be a 10 and a 12. They pretty much
Thank God.
try the same tactic they had before. They're holding 2 blades in a martial stance, but they never actually strike you with the weapons themselves. They spin around for a kick at the first attempt, run by you, and spring off for a hip attack, but both times it is like hitting a brick wall, except in this case it's a metal man, and they kind of bruise their tailbone. After which it moves around to the necromancer. Ugh. Now this is interesting. He turns his gaze towards the shadow spirit, clasps his hands together, and a wave of dark energy appears around this location. And the shadow disappears. Dispel magic. Then goes to the bugbears. and they are going to make their moves in. One of them is going to move to here, and the other one is going to move to Loris. Alright. They're going to make their attacks, one on Ark and one on Loris, in the melee with the Morning Stars. So on Ark, you look. Oh my goodness, really? Natural 20. And for Loris,
Nice knowing you guys.
you are looking at a. No.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
You were saying about not dying in this encounter?
Roll 20 is allegedly random, guys. Alright, so that's.
I don't.
They get a superiority dice each. No, sorry. They get a brute dice each as well, so this is going to really sting. So, Ark.
Oh yeah.
You're looking at what is going to be 23 points of damage. And for Loris, 2 natural 20s, come on. You're looking at 18 points of damage. That is. These are the regular enemies. Oh my goodness. Wow, so that's insane.
It would be like if in Return of the Jedi you have the battle between the Emperor and then just one of the random Red Guards comes out and KOs Luke.
It's like shockingly good stormtroopers just like shoot down the Jedi before they get there. Yeah, okay.
We finally found the competent bugbears.
Kit, you're up.
Okay, first off, in the spirit of fairness, do the spiders need to roll their initiative now?
Yes, they do. Top of the round, they need to roll in for the giant spiders. Thank you for reminding me. They get a natural 2. They get a 2, so they're way at the back.
Alrighty, so the first thing I'm going to do is stab the guy in front of me.
You may do so.
Short sword.
Alright, your short sword comes in.
17.
It goes through their armor. That is a hit.
Okay, so roll the damage for that.
Nice.
Oh, max damage.
Slash by them. You cut straight through their chest. You don't see any visual marks on them, but you definitely see blood on your blade.
Okay, and then I'm going to use bonus action disengage, and then just sort of back. Oh, good. So tell me, what is it you don't want me to be around? Is it this door, or do you just not want me crawling back here? And that's what I'm going to remember.
Where are you going, scaredy cat? Hey? You directly past the door as well. That does seem to lead into some sort of holding area, where you could see through a dwarf, most likely Nundro, and Minra in there as well. After which it does go to Valak, who will take the bait because he's going to come down and he's going to attempt to do his attacks on yourself with the slams. So 2 slam attacks are going to come in. Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, right. We're done.
Okay, well the first one's a miss. The second one...
Another natural 20. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, so that is
the end of our heroes.
Yes.
That is going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh my goodness. All of these 20s.
Okay, still up. Still up.
It then goes to Glassstaff, who is going to reel on backwards and assess the situation. He looks ahead to the group and he holds his side as his armor started to bleed heavily from where it was. He then, as he has done before his tactic, he will take out a red vial and consume that because he does not have the same health as some of the rest of these combatants. He then consumes it and looks a lot better, but that is his action to do so. Rack, you're up.
I'm gonna look towards Glassstaff. Thing about shadows is there's always more. And I'm gonna use a bonus action to burn all my sorcery points to get a 3rd level slot back and then recast the shadow.
You do so. He once again fumbles at his device, but the cracked gem in the center explodes, shocking his hand. Ah! And the gauntlet disintegrates. The shadow appears once again, and this time fully under your control.
May I just say that was a cool ass line.
And this time I will pop its 1 a day thing to make everything within 30 feet make a wisdom save or be
Alright.
afraid of it.
That will be everyone, however, including your allies.
Yeah, it's afraid of it, not
Yeah.
anybody else, so yeah.
Alright, the fear factor is in. Alright, so everyone within 30 feet of the creature, that is going to be up to Arc. So everyone takes a wisdom saving throw against the spell DC or be frightened for 1 minute. That means you can't move closer to that creature and all kinds of bad things about it. Hey Arc, you made your save.
Like the one good roll I'm gonna have before I get murdered by everything.
Wisdom save. So for Glassstaff, wisdom save is going to be
DC's 14.
8. They fail. They are very scared. The black spider gonna make their wisdom save, and that is going to be a 21. They are not shook by the darkness from which they reside. The necromancer is going to make a wisdom save of +4. That is going to be 18. And then the dark elf fighting is also going to make a wisdom saving throw, but they are much less wise than the magic users. And they roll a 9, so they're also afraid. And then it's going to be 2 spiders. And the bugbear, of course. So the bugbear is going to make its wisdom saving throw. And that is a mighty 2. And then 2 spiders. And they are a 3 and a 10. Okay, so they are all afraid. Alright, so the targets with the eye on them are terrified of the shadow taking them to the Shadow Realm, Kyber. That was directly after you, so if that's everything, it would be Arc.
Yeah, I'm not sure what action it takes, but I'm guessing it's probably a standard.
It's
so,
under
yeah,
the actions for it, yeah. It is an
yeah,
action, yeah.
Good point.
Alright, Arc, you're up.
So with the frightened modifier, are they sort of completely?
They are frightened
to do
of
anything.
they are frightened of the shadow. No effects for yourself. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source is in line of sight. So any one of them that are facing the shadow will have disadvantage.
Okay, phew.
That is a hit, however, on the 24. Are you going for the dark elf?
Yes.
Okay. I slice into her. Your second strike also hits. They appear to be dressed in leather armor, but it is not holding up against these strikes. Another powerful strike comes in. She weathers the storm. Your blade is soaked with blood, but no obvious cuts on the target.
And as a bonus action, I am going to use Second Wind because my god.
You take your second wind to regain some composure after that critical. It's been critical city, but mostly on my side.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's keep rubbing the salt in.
Alright, salt in those wounds. And Loris, it would be yourself.
For now, I'm just gonna move back here. Yeah, I'm going to drop that potion now.
Okay. Because as in take it, right, not drop it on the ground. You said drop it.
Oh god.
Oh, also 2. Also 7.
Alright, lucky 7s. It is an
And as
action, however, to use it, but you can still move.
Yeah. Have I any bonus actions? Have I balls? That's my turn.
Alright. Goes over to the black spider, who reclines in the throne. Once again, they make an offer as they clasp their hands together. Feeling the pressure? You have been caught in my web, haven't you? But you've impressed me more than any other. Join me. The mine will bring prosperity for us, and the new world be ushered in on the blood of our enemies. He says that. Verif is once again going to continue battling Arc. Hopefully we won't get never 20 this time. Slam attacks come in.
Is this disadvantage or?
It says within line of sight. They're not facing. I will make it at disadvantage. So this will be a disadvantage. The first attack is an 8. End of turn, they will try and will save themselves out of the fear, which they do on a 20. There's a 20. It says ability checks, but not save, so the save is not disadvantage. So, yeah. They are no longer feared. Fear was not a factor in Fear Factor.
God damn it.
Alright. The Necromancer pulls out a wand from their possessions. The wand appears to have a smooth metallic end to it with a pattern of metal running all the way around into a tip which almost looks like a kind of diamond shape. From that, they cast Magic Missile towards Loris.
Shield.
Yep, there you go. Works both ways. The shield comes in as a magic missile comes towards you. It would have been a bunch of missiles, but they come out, they head towards you, your shield comes in and they deflect off it. I see two can play at that game.
So, just so you know, that lasts until my turn pops again. So
right.
I have 23 armor class.
With that, the bugbear is going to attempt to attack Ark with disadvantage because they're in the line of sight of their feared creature. Double 21 though, because of the randomness of, roll 20. Hey,
I don't think this is random at all.
At least it wasn't natural 20, but there is still an extra damage dice in there, so 7 points of piercing damage from the Morning
So
Star.
much for my second wind.
And then it goes to the giant spiders. And they are going to attempt to hit yourselves with webs. So there are 3 targets in the room. So 2 of them are going to go on Loris, because he's the one on the left-hand side. So left one's going to go on Loris. They're going to attempt to web you. So 2 of those attacks. Your armor's super high right now, though. Natural 1 on the first one. And the second one is only a 9, so the webs bounce off your shield. And then for Ark, you're looking at a web coming in to you at a 19. And then for Rack, the web attack is a 13. Alright, so that last spider missed because it did have fear as well. Actually, we need to remember to roll their will saves as well. Natural 20 on one of them. Right.
Are you kidding me?
One of the spiders are no longer frightened. After which, it would go to Git.
Okay, first I'm going to maneuver around and then stab this guy.
Alright, go for
again.
Take
Stab him
another
with magic.
strike at them with your enhanced weapon. That is a hit.
Okay, stabby, stabby.
Once again, you slash them, partially knocking them backwards down the stairs.
Yeah, I will just disengage and back up a little.
Alright, you use your bonus action to disengage.
And I'll leave it at that.
Alright, it will come to Varlek, who will pursue you and attempt to strike you with the slam, 2 slam attacks. They're going to come in 14 and a 24.
With the 24, I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge to try and reduce the damage.
Take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as they come in with a soul butt round kick, but you partially deflect it on your blade. It would then go to Glassstaff, who is very afraid of the shadow, so they are going to attempt to do something about the shadow. They are going to magic missile the shadow. And that will be 3 of the most magicest of missiles. And that will be 7 points of damage in total. They zoom into the darkness, and he does seem a little disheartened that they didn't take away, because as far as he's concerned, it hasn't visibly taken any damage. They will make a will save, of course. And their will save is a 20. So they're no longer frightened, although they are still quite frightened. Rack, you're up.
I'm gonna come up behind the hobgoblin that's on Loris. And I'll green flame blade on that one.
Okay. Green flame blade comes in. to the hobgoblin. And that is a hit. And it strikes them powerfully, taking them back. They're still there, but only just. Their fur is partially on fire as they attempt to pad it out.
And then the shadow will attempt to take down Glassstaff.
Alright, the shadow leers towards Glassstaff, who's pretty much backing into a corner. His eyes in a panic head towards the black spider, but to no avail. That does hit. Even with their staff of defense. They're so frightened they didn't bring up a shield. The damage rakes into them, and they're taken aback to a knee. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's all my actions used up.
Alright, Ark, you're up.
I suppose I'll just go see if I can do anything with this health.
Alright, the longsword comes in. 22 is certainly a hit. Only a light graze, however, but you do see blood come away with the strike. The second attack comes in, and they narrowly avoid it from the step. Almost as if they sort of see your attack coming.
Yeah, I suppose that'll be me then.
Okay, Loris, you're up.
And this is the final battle. So, I'm going to now that the bugbear is distracted, look at Nesnar and say, maybe you didn't hear me the first time. I am Loris, son of Regran, and I am Gloryhammer. Thanos snap fireball here.
He stands up almost in bemusement, but immediately erupts into flame. Funnily enough, the Necromancer used up his would-be counterspell slot to do the Dispel Magic earlier.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because this part of the room is kind of under control.
Fair. That would hit Nesnar, Harmon Cost, and a giant spider. You could hit a lot more targets, but you would hit the Shadow Spirit.
Odin, you okay with that Shadow Spirit eating a bit of fiery goodness?
Seems to be the way they're all going at the minute.
It does have a lot of health, I will say that. The Shadow Spirit has a lot of health.
Yeah. I believe it's fast. Yeah, actually, sidle it 2 over.
I would put it there.
Just enough. Yeah, that looks like just enough to hit everybody named, except for that dark elf.
Technically, where it is, it wouldn't hit the bugbear or the dark elf.
Yeah, that's fine. I wanna start chipping away at these spellcasters.
But if you were to put it like there, you would hit all of those guys, but not the Necromancer.
No, the Necromancer's challenged me. Right dead center where it was is good.
Okay.
So could you put it one to the left and then one forward, and then that would get the Necromancer as well, and still get the spider?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, there's the final placement of the fireball. That is going to hit the Necromancer, the Black Spider, who's very stunned, and the Wizard, and one of the spiders.
That was a good roll!
That is a fair bit of damage. Remember when I said that Shadow Spirit had a lot of HP? Alright.
Well, I think I vaporized Glassstaff one way or another.
The fireball comes in. The Black Spider was looking extremely confident, and it explodes around them. They put up their hands in defense as they're pushed back onto the throne. The Necromancer brings up their cape just in time. They certainly take a heavy, heavy pounding, but they're still up. As the flames come in, you can see Glassstaff put his staff ahead of himself. No! No, not like this! Their body disintegrates in the flame, leaving just the staff in its place, which clanks to the ground. So the giant spider is not destroyed outright. However, as you can see, the shadow is heavily injured, and Glassstaff practically vaporized. Their body lies on the ground. The staff is in front of them, but most notably, the black spider Their spider staff falls from their grip and they slump back into the chair, a daze. As they do so, the spiders stop moving.
Oh my god, did I do that? Oh my god!
Nice.
I would like to just across the room.
You can see a lot of fear in the necromancer's eyes. They took the full brunt of that. How? How?
And I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna look at the necromancer and just. Now, where were we?
Alright, it would go to the black spider, but they are out of the order now, very much so. To which that case Glassstaff is also. After which it will go to Verith, who is going to attempt to pummel Ark. Especially after what they've witnessed. That is going to be a 11 of 15, very much disheartened by seeing their leader collapse in front of them.
This is the first competent thing Morris has done in his life.
I'm also laughing because I'm just imagining a disheartened hip attack.
more sort of like a what's that word when people like boop? Yeah, hip bump.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, I wanna be twerk.
I wanna be twerk. The necromancer is going to hurl a fire bolt at you, Loris, in retaliation. That's about all they can do. That is a 22.
I can't do anything about that.
Alright, that is going to be a total of 4 points of fire damage. Which is nowhere near what you did.
I rolled so stupid high on that damage.
The bugbear is going to try and Morningstar Arc, because that's who they are engaged at, and that's a 19. That is going to be a total of 8 points of piercing damage. The spiders are a non-entity at this time, because the black spider is out of the combat, so it would go to Kit.
Okay, so stab the guy in front of me again, because why not?
Go for it.
This is an epic duel, by the way.
Dude, it just happened that the black spider did not have enough HP. Oh my goodness!
Yes, dude!
To take that. And taking out the spider took out the spiders. Alright.
Okay.
12 points of damage.
That's one end of the spectrum to another.
With that, you hit them, you knock them, they do slide down the steps from you. With the 20, if you wanted to move away regularly without using your disengage, I wouldn't impose an attack of opportunity. They've still got a little bit of health left, and to their credit, they don't know that everyone in the other room has exploded. Not to their favour. Because they work with mages, as far as they're concerned, explosions are good.
Okay, I just want to point something out real quick before I forget. The dwarf is a statue with a big old weapon and green eyes, right? My fire is green. This is karma.
Yeah, you pretty much have a partially burning body of the black spider laid across the weapon on the lap of the statue, like some kind of metal offering.
And before I move, now I'm in range, I am going to give Arg and let's say Loris advantage on the Dark Elf. And I'm going to do it well for the distraction. Kid's going to do two things. He's going to wave his tail, whilst at the same time, he doesn't know if this will work, but he's just going to try it anyway. He's kind of sort of waving his tail in weird patterns, and then also thinking, because he suspects that they can read thoughts, but he doesn't know for sure, just thinking, so hey, I'm just waving my tail around. Is this annoying you? Is this annoying you? Is this annoying you? Is this annoying you?
You're doing that, and you can see, you're not saying anything, you're thinking it, but you see the Dark Elf go, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
And
me when there are kids in the grocery store.
And with that, I'm just going to use that to engage to move back around here. Let's say, yeah, here, just to annoy him some more. And
okay.
Yeah, that is my turn.
With that, Varlik will pursue you. They still have a little gas left in their tank, and they're going to try to slam you. So that is going to be 2 attacks. On the slam. Oh my goodness.
Damn it. I'm going to use uncanny dodge, but it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, what is it with these natural 20s? The first attack is going to be a total of... You know what, you're still alright. You have that to 4, you won 4. So we'll see what the other attack does. Oh, and it's 10. The next one does 10. You had to half the first one, unfortunately. That's gonna knock you onto your tail.
Even if I could, I would be out.
Alright, Rack, you're up.
Well.
I'll take out the hobgoblin first, I guess.
Go for it. They look significantly injured, but then everything looks rather covered in green flames right now. 17 is enough. Alright, and that is enough damage as the green flame envelops them, and they are ash on the ground.
And then I'll send the shadow spirit after the necromancer.
Alright, you send it across the throne to the necromancer. The attack comes in, and that is a hit. Alright, 10 necrotic damage. They're looking quite confident. They start to grab into their satchel to grab spell components. A fireball that you want, yeah? A fireball! I'll give you a fireball. What's that? He turns to the side as the ghostly form of the shadow spirit reaches through into him, and the shadow envelops him. As it moves over him, he's no longer there. No! Sucked into the shadow realm.
Clever girl.
If that's everything, it would be art.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay.
Right.
You would, if I was still alive, you would have advantage, but admittedly, it
unfortunately,
doesn't say
he can't.
anything in the
He
word.
can't offer the help action if he's not conscious. Would
Fair
you?
enough,
Would
so
you
it's just a
believe?
straight attack. That makes sense.
All right, Art comes in. It's weird that the doppelgangers are the heavy hitters here. But with all those 20s, that is a hit. Slashing him up.
Not just them, but the bugbears have survived longer. And the final.
That's another hit.
I mentioned they almost one-hitted everybody.
That's true, right? Alright, you're carving him down. You see no visual effects on her, but every time you slash, your weapon comes back with more blood on it. Blood. Bit of Garth Marenghi there.
Right, so I'm going to use one of my superiority dice. So that'll be an extra...
Adding superiority dice to damage. Alright, an
So this will
extra
add to the damage they...
6 damage from the superiority dice comes in. You can see they're really breathing heavy now. Like it's been a long fight for them. But they're still hanging in there just. Didn't hear no bell yet.
Let's do an action.
Alright, action surge comes in for another attack action, which is 2 attacks.
My favorite ability in the entire game system.
14 is going to be a hit exactly on the armor class of the opponent. There's going to be another 6 points damage. They look incredibly worn now. Like the next hit could be a knockout.
Also,
Oh my goodness! And it's come around! Statistically the lowest roller with the high roll when it counts. Pretty much at the point where they were pretty much remarking, didn't hear no bell. You come back with the eye of the tiger. Well, you know, whatever a metal man would have in his eyes, probably just a cold red stare. But you come up with pretty much the metaphorical uppercut with the hilt of your blade, crashes into her jaw, and as she flies back, you can see that form of a dark elf disappear to a blue, formless body in its place as they do.
in the background, you just hear dun 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 dun.
As the true form of the doppelganger is revealed in their defeat. They clank to the ground, and you could count to 100, let alone 10, because that's a knockout. With that, is there anything?
My only regret is not being able to kill that bugbear as well. That's bonus actions and everything now.
Alright, you can stay where you are, Loris. You're up.
All right. If I were to do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that would provoke no attacks of opportunity. I'm going to. Can I see the?
Unfortunately, not. It's down a staircase, but you don't hear Kit.
Okay. I'm going in that case. Knowing now that there are doppelgangers afoot, I'm going to call out, Kit, you alright?
No response. You do hear a response from the room next to you. Kit? Kit? From the
That's
room
what I'm
side
trying. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And as I move, I'm going to. I'm just going to do one of those pew back shots of the firebolt at this poor bastard right here.
All right, you pretty much shoot behind yourself. Go for it. Trick shot. Phew. That is a hit. 21. There's no avoiding that. 7 points of fire damage. Sets them aflame.
All right.
Now see here, I'm in charge now, so we're now under my new regime.
The Pax Bugbearica.
There's one bugbear left. Verif is out of the turn order. The bugbear is going to try and Morningstar Arc, and that is going to be a 10. Sometimes they do miss.
Oh, thank God it misses.
Kit, you have a d20 to roll.
Yes.
Needs to be above 10. That is not above 10. That is a bad. And the faintest distance, you can hear a voice in the back of your mind. Kit, get them for me, Kit. Valak is up. They rush to the top of the stairs and they see their fallen comrade. What have you done? You! Looks dead ahead to Loris. I'll pay for this. He moves ahead to attack you with 2 slam attacks. And that is going to be a 3 and a 17.
With my shiny new armor,
Yep.
that's 1 under my armor class.
His first fist misses you as you duck out the way. The second one hits the golden dragon depicted on your armor. Ah! And he reels back from that. Rack, you're up.
Finally, Loris is being the fantasy hero.
Dude, that fireball turned things around.
Yeah.
I was saving that for that exact purpose.
To be fair, that's what the counter spell was going to be used for, but he used to dispel. Because they knew
Loris fought tactically.
they knew what Rack could do, but they didn't know about your fireball yet.
I'm gonna move on up and then fireball the other dark elf.
Firebolt.
Firebolt, sorry.
Not another one.
Not again.
Turns out Rock has been saving something.
11 is a miss, I'm
Wow.
afraid. It deflects off their shield as they suddenly find themselves rather alone.
And then I'll bring in the shadow to finish off the hobgoblin.
Alright, the shadow comes in for their attack against the bugbear. Heavily armored as it is. 16 is just a hit. It had the shield facing yourself, so the necrotic damage hits it from behind and rakes across its spine. It's still there, but very, very taken aback. If that's everything, it would go to Ark.
That's it.
Let's see if we can deal with this bugbear.
Alright, the strikes come in from yourself. 12 is not a hit, I'm afraid. Their shield was still in your direction and deflects the blow.
As we're getting towards the end of this fight, let's use a superiority dice so I can use that to add to the. I think that's right.
Alright, yeah, you need 4 or above to make that a 16 to beat the hide armor plus shield, and that's the maximum roll. There you go, you saved the best rolls to last. That is a hit, and 10 points of slashing damage is exactly enough to skewer them in their place as you run the blade through their chest, and out the other side, it even surprises the Shadow Spirit.
Right. Do I risk it? That is the question.
You still have one more attack. There's only one target that's currently fighting back.
Why not? Let's go for it. Let's move into range and give him a bit of a long.
It's the longsword special. Coming. Holy crap.
That is definitely a hit. As you slash into them for 10 points of damage. You practically bat them against the wall with the flat of the blade. They're just about hanging in there. And be
Is there a rule for how many superiority dice I can use in a turn?
as many as you have superiority dice. You've used 2.
Let's use another one. Yeah, I've used 2, so I got 2 left.
Then comes the superiority dice.
So another d8 of that on top of the 10.
Alright, they're looking very gravely wounded, like they're barely hanging in there. They look ahead
And that'll be all I can do.
to their allies littered on the floor, and especially to Verith, and hatred comes across their eyes. Loris, you're up.
I'm gonna look at this dark elf and say, with shield up, it's been fun, but in my culture, there's such a thing as fated adversaries, and I am not yours. I'm going to eat the attack of opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Indeed, they will attempt to slam you. You now know why they don't attack you with their weapons. 22 is a hit. That is going to be a 7 points. Pressed it twice for some reason, right? Anyway, 7 points of damage. 7 points
I just imagine
bludgeoning damage.
like a comedy situation where I hit the stairs and the hip attack sends me all the way down to where I need to be. I'm going to take Kit's potion and feed it to him.
You are revived, Kit, with that action.
Okay.
I shall roll the HP on that.
Thank you.
Once again in the turn order, and not a natural one away from being out of the
Ew.
game for good. Funnily enough, if that's everything, Loris, it would come to a now conscious Kit.
Okay, so Kit into the kind of, oh man, where am I? Oh, that guy. Hang on. And I just run up the stairs. Oh no, I can move out to here and stab him.
Alright, go for it. That is a hit. They are
Okay,
on
and
5 hit points.
I didn't mean to roll that twice, sorry.
21! Holy crap!
How would you like to finish them off?
Okay, Kit just like in like a fuzzy blood motion, you see him like rush up and just sort of like as he's just making the fun, like just sort of stab him right between the chest, and as he goes through the gargling, Kit just goes, "Okay, you know what? Impersonating me, that's fine. I don't mind it. I'm perfectly fine. But it's when you start harming innocent people that's where we had the problem. So sorry." And just leave it there.
Alright.
Totally worth going down the stairs for you.
Thank you.
You come in as the angry kitty you are, and you're hacking away and you're clawing, you're sending them backwards as you do. You deliver their line to them. You can see their eyes drop as their form turns back into their natural self, looking around on the former allies they had, now all laid out ahead of them. Crash with your weapon. You send them back down, stumbling into the green flame, which slowly starts to lap around their feet as they burn up. No! No! Curse you! Curse you all! The body slowly dies away.
Melts. That real thing.
And with that, and so, with the black spider finished, the door to the cells bursts loose. Nundra Rockseeker and Minra Dendra wearily but joyfully step out to the light. And then they pause, as if in a daze. Their eyes become vacant as an orb of iridescent light begins to fill the room. And for each of you, you feel captivated by the light, lost in its mesmeric embrace. Your body freezes. You try to move, but you feel held in place as two red wizards, Raph Mondor and Azabra Josh, descend into the fray, accompanied by a band of adventurers. The wizard known to you, Raph, speaks. What are we going to do, Azabra? They'll ruin everything. Azabra responds. We shall let it be. It is too soon. Our plans are still in motion. We shall sacrifice Vandelver for now. The horde of the Dragon Queen is vital. Raiden Cindermane, you wish to join the Red Wizards of Frey. Prove yourself. You shall take the Black Spider in. You'll think it is over. It's just beginning. Drog, the half-orc huffs in silent protest, but a sinister smile creeps across Raiden's face. One of the men, a human, speaks up. I don't like this. When this is done, I'm done. What say you, Great Hammer? A dwarf responds. Same here, Andrew. I don't like it one bit. Brawl picks up the glass staff and points it towards the black spider. He utters some words unto himself and swigs a drink of courage. No, this isn't right, he declares. I didn't get into this for this. I didn't spend my life fighting to roll over for some wizards. It would turn out to be bad. This isn't happening. And even if the rest of you don't see eye to eye, I don't fight for what's right with me. Right here, right now. Even if I have to put you down myself, I'm not gonna... He freezes up like yourselves and is cut off. The wizards draw close, chanting to themselves. We're not going to remember any of this, Zabras tells him. But you shall recall it as you who defeated the Black Spider. You are a hero. Who repeats the words back in a trance. The Black Spider, now roused but bound and taken by Drog, remarks, so be it. When I am free, I will finish that dwarf to dare defy me. Zabra replies, in time, I'll let them have this small victory to throw them off the scent. A small sacrifice. Monda ponders, what of the others? A bright portal bursts into the room, and from the doorway, more figures start to emerge as your rival adventurers depart wearily. As they leave, Raiden remarks to Drog, don't you see, there's more to it? Drog hastily replies, they should have taken the wizard's deal. I get paid, but you're not the boss of me, Raiden. Keep talking, and Drog will ride your face down mountain like a sled. Raiden gulps, but delivers a sly look back to the frozen heroes, before these adventurers leave with their captives and the Black Spider. From the portal, 5 figures dressed in purple robes step forth. Led among them, a tall shadowy figure looms forth, with a tiny crimson dragon creature perched on his shoulders. The wizards greet him in unison. Severin Sirajin, Red Dragon Worm Speaker. You have done well, Red Wizards, proclaimed Severin. Let them think they taste victory. Throw them off the scent. And by the time they know what's coming, it'll already be too late. Aside from the traitor Talus, the wearers of purple are complete. Resmir the Black, the half-dragon, who snarls. Never in the Green, the exiled Moon Elf Prince. Varan, who shall be the White, our gold-dwarfed friend, and Isander the Blue. Don't look so blue, my friends. Rejoice! There is opportunity in downfall. Severin turns his attention to the last purple wearer, a rather sheepish-looking woman with short black hair clutching a polearm. Ruler Mondaf, you hold high rank among wizards, and now wear our colour. The time has come to prove yourself. Take a force and General Cryanrath and get us what we need. The captain is guarding the fortress. The rest of you disperse. We must hold our hand close to the chest until it is truly time. The rest of the wearers of purple step back into the unknown and slowly vanish. Severin leers towards Azabra. Take them, he commands, as spiders slowly begin to wrap our heroes in web. The time for heroes is over. Come to Greenrest. Nothing must stand between us and our work now. This is only the beginning. We shall gather the horde of the Dragon Queen, and so the world shall be consumed with the tyranny of dragons.